Book in front here. After games this season where you've shot poorly, you've had a really good bounce back performance. Like you've been averaging like 25 points, and the team's 9-2. Anything that goes into games when you shot 35% or worse, anything that goes into how you kind of digest a poor shooting performance and then approach the next game.
Short memory, just move on. Been there before, you know what I'm saying? So just understanding the game, understanding situations that I've been through, and just trusting the work that you've put in. As simple as that. But, my main objective out there is to win the basketball game.
Jim in the second row. Hey, Devin. Obviously, Chris and PJ are different body types, different style of defenders. Just through these few games, when you see them in front of you, what are they trying to do differently to you? Or and I guess, how do you view them, I guess, when they're squared up on you?
I respect them, to the highest degree. You know what I'm saying? This isn't my first time playing against either of them. And, I was fortunate enough, and I've credit PJ, I say, for developing my game in those early years, and getting to go against him every day in practice, and understanding just how physical he is, and how tough he's gonna make it on you. So I respect both those guys a lot.
Here in the front.
Hey, Buck, you've talked in the past about just the work that you've put in the off season, specifically with your dad, even going back to when you were a kid, and you said you've seen everything when it comes to workouts. Like, what is the most challenging thing? Like, can you think of not necessarily a crazy story, but like something just like, wow, okay, this was my introduction to this is what it takes to get through a basketball workout?
I'd say just the sacrifices, of wanting to, I don't want to sound like a kid again, but hang out with your friends and do things on the weekend and go here, go there. I didn't do much of that, at that time in high school. I spent my weekends traveling to Alabama for the whole weekend, practicing with my travel team, the Alabama Challenge. And then during like school days, I would be up before school training, and then right after school training. And after that, it was time to go home and go to sleep. So just a lot of sacrifices of being a kid, but, in pursuit to get everything I wanted. And, if I could do it again a million times over, I would do it all again.
Flashing forward a little bit, when you look back on whether it was during when the league was shut down, when COVID first hit, or during kind of the break between the bubble and the start of camp, like, was there anything specific that you kind of honed in on and like really wanted to work on, or things that when you look back on that time, like, okay, I improved here and that's now paying dividends now?
Taking care of my body and training, and understanding that was a time that, there was going to be a lot of people sitting around for 2-3 months not doing anything. And, I think I did take some time to do that. But, once I got a training regimen to myself that I could do at home safely, and keep it inside with the bubble of me, my dad, and my brother, were the only people I were training with. So, I really didn't stop training during any of it.
Mark, towards the center.
Hi, Devin. During this run, have you gotten a chance to cross paths or talk with any of the Suns luminaries from the 93 team or anyone in the organization? If so, what kind of came out of that?
I haven't. I seen KJ was at game 2, I think. I didn't get a chance to speak to him. I mean, obviously I've talked to Chuck a bit. But having Mark West around the program, I understand the history. I haven't had any personal conversations with anybody in the past few weeks. Hopefully we can do that when all this is over with, because we're just so stuck into doing what we're doing right now. But, I know you guys seen me with the vintage tees and obviously really cool shirts, but, more of that for me was to pay my respects to, what they've done for this organization in this city.
Kellen?
Hey, Book, to follow up on that earlier answer about short memory, I know how important mental approach is for you. So when you watch back a game like this where you don't have the shooting night you want, where's the balance you find between not being too hard on yourself, taking it in, but also getting to that short memory as well?
just understand the task that's at hand, and simply you just have to be better if you want to win the game. And that's obviously something I want, and something this whole team and coaching staff and training staff want, and this whole city wants. So, I'd say it's a good pressure. You know what I'm saying? These are the moments that you prepare for, and that you train so hard for, is what we're in right now. So, you have to be excited about it.
Dwayne in the front, and then to Zoom for a couple.
Yeah, Devin, how much does DeAndre speak up in a sense of like in the huddle where I saw a video where he was really amped up. How often does he do that? Is that a rare thing, or does he do it more than maybe what we're seeing?
I mean, he does it. I mean, we all do it to a certain extent. And, anybody can do that anytime in this team. And, we can understand where they're coming from. I don't think we were playing as hard as we could have been at that time. And, that's what he communicated amongst the team. So nobody takes it personal. Nobody gets mad at somebody for doing anything like that. I think it just, brings our team together even more. And, we see what he's talking about.
Quick follow, Devin. When did, because you said that all year that guys can just say whatever to each other and not take it personal. When did that hit? Did that right away, or did it take a few? Okay, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it takes a few, little disagreements and talking about it for some time. You might go a day and not liking each other. That's fine. That's fine. You come back in the next day and you squash it and you talk it out amongst each other as men. And I think we've had a good job of, you don't want to be the one person in the group that can't be talked to. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look. So it's kind of contagious throughout everybody.
Palmer?
We go to Melissa Rowland with Fox Sports, followed by Nick King.
Hey, Buck, you talked a little bit about how Coach Calipari has influenced your career and the sacrifice that it took to play for him. What's the biggest thing that you think you learned from him during your time together? And how often have you guys been in touch during this finals run?
We haven't been in touch much this finals run. I actually think he's coming to the next game. I think I heard that. But, I learned a lot from Coach Cal, just how to be a pro. That I was 17, 18 years old at the time. So, you're only there I was for 1 year, and, that's not a lot of time to spend on a college campus. But, he's trying to push the most information he can to you in a short amount of time, and understanding what your goals and your dreams are. Before I went there, he had me tell him, what do I want out of this program? What am I looking for? And for me, that was to be a pro. So he holds you to that standard every single day. And, that's how you push, and that's how you get to that level of somebody consistently being honest with you.
Next up is Nick King with Arizona's Family.
Hey, Buck, pretty off topic, but one thing I missed this year is seeing those pregame interactions you would have with Jenna Warren at home games last year. Mm-hmm. Was wondering how much communication you've been able to have with her, and just how you would describe her Devin Booker fandom in general.
Yeah, it started a long time ago. I miss those interactions also. Her and her family actually moved to New York, so they weren't based in Phoenix anymore for the season. But we still keep in contact. My family keeps in contact with hers, and, we have our exchange through DM very often. And, I see her still supporting, and, that's a bond that's here forever.
Last question right here, Eric.
Hey, Devin. There's a lot of teams that when it gets to 10 at the shot clock, pull it out. All right, let's run the pick and roll, whatever our end of clock action is going to be. There's lots of times where you guys get to 10, run the action, it gets blown up, and at 5, you run another one. How did you guys get comfortable working that late into the clock?
Just experience, understanding, we have 5 players out there that can make plays and make the basket. So just trusting one another, and just trying to get the best available shot. And, that might not be the one late in the shot clock all the time. It could be the early one in the shot clock. So just as a team, finding that balance of taking the first available good one and creating a really good one for your teammate, the whole good to great concept.
Great. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
This is it for the room.